Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Grassington City, home of the greenest grass and the most beautiful people. Today we're diving into an underrated horror gem, FatalFrame Maiden of Black Water, which was originally developed and released for the Wii U in 2015, and like many of the games on that console, completely slipped under the radar. I wonder why that is. But despite this initial stumble, I believe this game deserves way more recognition. Fortunately, the game was re-released onto modern consoles in 2021, freed from the Wii U's shackles and finally being granted a well-deserved second life. And for this, I'm eternally grateful. Maiden of Black Water immediately stood out to me due to its deliberately slow pacing that keeps you constantly on edge. It's not a typical jump scare heavy game, instead opting to build an unsettling atmosphere with its claustrophobic gameplay mechanics. Each interaction builds a deep anxiety within you. Every item you pick up, every door you open, and every picture you take is loaded with an uneasy feeling, and it really immerses you into the world. The story also really jumped out at me. A haunting mystery centered on Mount Hakami, an infamous suicide spot that seems to inexplicably draw people in, putting them into some sort of trance and leading them to take their own life. Each level, or drop, draws you deeper into the dark secrets that this mountain holds, peeling back the layers of the many tragedies that took place here. The writing is absolutely brilliant, weaving together dark themes of loss, loneliness and lament. It does an outstanding job at building intrigue, revealing just enough to keep you invested while also leaving lingering questions that make you want more, and the answers left a lasting impression on me. So, without further ado, let's delve into what made this game so memorable for me, starting off with the gameplay. As previously described, the controls are intentionally super stiff and almost muddy in a way. The amount of fucking drifting you do around corners is insane. It definitely takes some getting used to, and there's some serious fucking growing pains. Alongside this, every door you open and item you pick up plays this long ass cutscene. I mean, just look at this. Oh my god, half your playtime will be just watching these fucking bitches pick shit up. It's insane. And while you may write this off as shitty and annoying game design, and I've definitely seen many people complain about it, in my opinion, here it works in its favour, making you feel vulnerable with every action. There's just something so uneasy about not having absolute control and having to almost fight the game to get where you want to go. And for me, this heightened the experience, I guess. It allowed for the game to build up a lot more tenseness. This is further exemplified by this fucking guy. This is the Hand of the Mountain, and get familiar with him because he has a chance to grab you every time you pick an item up. And to dodge him, you've got to let go of the grab button. It gets annoying at times, but it does a good job at pulling the player in. It effectively always keeps you on your toes and heightening the sense of unease that lingers throughout the game. But I'd be lying if I said this mechanic was perfect. There were some occasions where it would spawn, like in a wall. Here's a good example. It came from behind the cloth. I still dodged it because, you know, I'm just a epic gamer, but at the same time, it's not very fair. Combat. This is the main thing that that made this game stick out to me. It's unlike anything I've seen before. Your main and only defense here is the camera Obscura. An old camera shrouded in mystery that has the ability to exorcise ghosts by taking their pictures. Each shot you take releases these little spirit balls called spirit fragments that fly out the enemies, and capturing those balls in your next shot deals more damage, making every counter intense and strategic. You often have to wait for just the perfect shot to deal the most damage, and getting that shot is so satisfying. It's a brilliant system that rewards timing, patience and precision. A brilliant example of this is the FatalFrame mechanic. Letting a ghost attack you and waiting till just the last moment to take a picture opens up a window to chain multiple photos in quick succession, racking up hella damage, and oh lord is it satisfying as fuck. It's such a perfect mix of risk and reward. It pushes you to read the ghost's movements and patiently resist the urge to pull the trigger as the spirits get closer to you. And the result is an anxiety-inducing system that's deeply rewarding and immersive. Just a quick heads up, my condenser mic literally just arrived in the mail, so if I sound different for the latter half of this video, that's why. So, I hope you're enjoying it so far. If you are, hit that subscribe, but let's get back into the video. Back. The environment in this game is absolutely beautiful. Each drop features scenery that's so profoundly melancholic, and as you're walking through them you really feel as if you're walking through memories. The graphics, while not the best by today's standards, are still amazing. The game is rendered in a way that leaves each environment in a dreamlike, almost ethereal state, and it has this nostalgic quality to it all. The environmental sounds and ambient noises are another standout aspect here, adding a constant sense of dread to every drop. I'll play a few for you here so you can just understand it. So yeah, sound design amazing. It's a great cherry on top to the already disturbing atmosphere that's developed throughout the game. Now let's finally talk about the story.
Holy fuck!
Maiden of Black Water has one of the most captivating narrative structures I've seen in a horror game, and I want to focus on some of the main themes and the way the story is revealed throughout the journey rather than just giving you the whole plot. What really grabbed me was how the game slowly revealed the dark history of Mount Hakami through bits and pieces that you uncover as you get further into it. The game does an amazing job at rewarding curiosity. There are these notes and diaries, remnants of the past scattered throughout the drops that offer crucial insights into the lore surrounding the mountain. Each of these documents gives you a glimpse into the mindset of the characters and spirits that left them behind, and by reading these fragments you can slowly piece together the tragic stories that took place here. They describe exactly what the people were feeling and do an amazing job at putting you into their shoes. I can't stress enough how much this pulled me in. I found myself constantly searching every corner of each abandoned room, hoping to stumble upon something that would give me a bit more context. The game does an excellent job at planting questions into your mind. Questions that leave you feeling unsettled yet intrigued, and you just have to dig deeper to find the answers. One of the main pieces of the puzzle are the Shrine Maidens and their connection to the mountain's rituals, and therefore the water that surrounds it. The people of the mountain believe that this water was sacred, that all life came from it and all life must return to it. There is pure water, and then there is the black water. If the black water is allowed to be released, then all hell will break loose, and the people of the mountain went to extreme measures to prevent this from happening. You learn that the Shrine Maidens had a mysterious ability to glance at people's thoughts, their memories, to look directly through them and know their deepest secrets. The weakest were only able to do this via touch, but the most powerful could do this by simply just looking at them, hence the veil that is draped over their eyes. They use this ability to help people pass on to the netherworld. People who wanted to commit suicide would come to the mountain and be accompanied by a Shrine Maiden, who, after they took their own life, would take a glance into their soul, and by taking on those final thoughts and resonating with them, By being with them, it allowed those people to die in peace, without secrets or suffering, without being alone. After taking on the secrets and burdens of many people's lives, the Shrine Maidens would become unable to take any more. They were then placed in these reliquaries with the Black Water and are made into pillars. Within these reliquaries, the Maidens would continue to relive all the deaths and final moments that they had witnessed. And by doing this, it would keep the Black Water at bay, but something went very wrong. This ritual that had been holding the Black Water back had been interrupted, and now the mountain sits unsettled. And without the Maiden's presence to feed it life, it had took matters into its own hands and has started drawing people in. And it's up to our main protagonist to uncover the many secrets and bring an end to it all. And that's all I'm gonna give ya. If you want more, there's some amazing videos by other people who have covered it way well than I could have. I'll link some of them below. If you're interested in that. But in the meanwhile, I'd like to quickly touch upon two unmissable things about some of the Maiden's designs. I've seen a lot of complaints, well, not really complaints, just pointing out how things are, and I have a theory as to why. I have no idea if it's true or not. Maybe the devs were just massive gooners, but this is my personal headcanon, so suck it. Okay, so while messing around in the photo mode, I noticed an interesting pattern with the Maidens, and what stood out to me is that the Maidens categorized as drowned were the only ones who had their chest exposed, as opposed to the others who were fully covered. So here's my theory, and bear with me here. If these Maidens were really to be submerged within water, then it would make sense that their clothing would shift or float due to water physics, so what we're seeing could be a direct reflection to that, tying their appearances to their tragic fates in an eerily realistic way. And if this theory is true, and again I have no idea, I couldn't find any other people drawing the same conclusion as me, but if it really was an intentional design choice, then hats off to the developers. It's a true testament to the meticulous attention to detail of this game. But hey, that's just my personal conclusion. But what did you think? Did you see the same connection, or do you think it's just a pure coincidence? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one, as again I literally couldn't find anyone else coming to this same conclusion as me on the internet. And I appreciate it's a weird topic to end it on, but yeah, that's it for this video. I absolutely love this game. I see a lot of people comparing it to the older games, but I just kind of wanted to sing its praise as its own thing, as I believe it does a lot well. And remember to remind yourself too that each of us lives only in the present moment, a mere fragment of time. The rest is life past or uncertain future. It matters not where we were or where we could be, but where we are now, the present. Take every day in stride. You may fall down a few steps along the way, but you can always climb back up. Have a beautiful day and subscribe for more.